What's up, everyone? We're live back again after the intro. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday, start of a new week. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope everyone's, putting in that work always, taking care of business, whatever you got going on. Or for right now, for the next, 45 to an hour, relax, sit back, pop open a beer. We'll jump into what happened in the sports world this past weekend because a lot of things happened, not just this weekend, midweek. So, and then there's a lot of things going on this week. So let's jump right into it. But before I start, what I want to do is I want to give a shout out to the young up and coming boxer, our boy, Ricky. He got his first dub boxing this past weekend. We went to this event in Santa Clara. A bunch of things were going on, weightlifting, karate, MMA, but, you know, friend, obviously subscriber, but friend, Ricky, little Ricky, he got his first dub. He was super excited. He got a little Holloway in him, full gas tank, went all out. So congratulations to him. Keep working hard. I'm sure, in the near future, we'll see you in Vegas headlining a boxing event, taking care of business. But congratulations. Keep working hard, everyone. I'm sure your family's very proud of you. We're all proud of you. But let's jump into it. Let's jump into it, guys. First off, he said, better not hold back. Obviously, Real Madrid fans, how you guys feeling? How's everything? Amazing week for you guys. Going to the semifinals, defeating Man City. And then yesterday, the Clásico, last minute, winning it 3-2 in the Bernabeu. Basically sealing, the title, La Liga, set in stone. I mean, it's been a dominant dominant ride for them right now, we got them in. Hala Madrid, Hala Madrid. It's been pretty dominant. You can't argue that, And let's talk about. Let's jump into what happened yesterday. Classical thoughts. Barca started good, 1-0, but then Real Madrid, tied it up, and eventually Real Madrid, won the game last minute. My thoughts of the game watching it. First off, one of the controversies going right now is was it a Barca goal or not from Jamal? If it was a goal or not, I don't think. Obviously, the momentum would have shifted. It would have been, Barcelona. Like I said, who knows, right? But it didn't happen, and I think it should fall to La Liga not having that technology, the goal line technology that they're a top league in they're a top league in Europe and the world, and to not have goal line technology, that's on them. But I feel that throughout the whole match, I don't know. I just felt that Real Madrid, they were going to win the game. I think they have the better team. They're all young. One thing I noticed about the game, man, is Bellingham. He just controlled that midfield. He was a presence throughout the game, going up and down. You could feel his presence. Vinny on the wing, man. Vinny, a lot of people hate on him, but I think, he's amazing. He's great. And just that Real Madrid midfield, they were able to dominate. And I feel like Barca, all they had, honestly, was Jamal, a 16-year-old kid. He worked Camavinga. He worked him. He was the only one dangerous. What happened to Lewandowski? Man, I didn't even know he got subbed. Same with Rafinha. It was just the youngster stepping up for Barca, but to beat Real Madrid right now, they're in their zone. And the crazy thing about Real Madrid is they're only going to get better. They're young. They're all under 25. And if Mbappe does come this summer, man, who's going to stop Real Madrid? Arbedo been right. Javi ball. There you go. Facts. Que se venga Javi al Barça after winning the treble with Leverkusen next season. For Barca, I mean, they got to build about Jamal, man. He, crazy player, 16 years old. And he's big. He's a big 16-year-old. I mean, I feel like he's going to get faster, stronger. That's the guy for the future going forward. And I feel like Barca in the past, right, they were great when they built from La Masia. That spine, they had Puyol, Iniesta, Javi, Messi on top. sprinkle in Busquets later on. They brought back a PK. That was, their what basically, you know, made them who they were, Barcelona. And then they sprinkled in a Neto. They sprinkled in Ronaldinho back in the days. They got a Neymar. They got Suarez, but they had that backbone. I feel like Barca right now is just Pedri. Gavi's who's been injured. Now they have Jamal, but they need to start building like that. And it might take some years. And, they might need a new coach philosophy. There's been talks of Rafa Marquez. He might be able to bring up some players, but it's going to take time. And I feel like the next couple of years, Real Madrid, they're going to continue to dominate. I'm sorry, Barca fans. I'm sorry. But it's the truth. I mean, we got to be real. Like I said, they're all under 25. They're going to get, Vinny's going to get better. He's going to hit his prime. Valverde, Bellingham is only 20. They get Mbappe. And, they build a solid, the emergence of Lucas Vasquez, who I didn't think much of him, but man, he's been a solid player, fitting in where they need to put him. If they were to get a Davies, because that left back position right now, that is the only, could say, downfall. Camavinga gets burned a lot. I feel like Camavinga is more of a central midfielder, but that midfield, I mean, I forgot to mention Chouameni. What does Real Madrid need? I mean, maybe, Rodrigo's solid, but who else can they get? I mean, they're just stacked. I see Real Madrid. Jamal Young's playing on late history to 4 in a row. Jesus. VAR, video assisting Real Madrid. Barca stay blaming the ref or the VAR or everything this week. Everything except themselves. Like I said, I mean, was it a goal? Obviously, I think they did what happens in football, right? For example, in football, whatever the call was on the field, if there's significant evidence, then they overturned it. But there wasn't significant evidence from all the angles they were showing, right? You couldn't really tell if the ball crossed over. I had a feeling that it crossed over. And I feel like if they had goal line technology like the Premier League, where the ref on his watch gets goal notification. But it is what it is. I mean, they can blame everyone they want, but if they gotta beat, if they want to beat them, they gotta beat them, playing. I mean, there's always controversial sides either way. And sometimes it's a lot blatant, sometimes it's not. But you gotta beat them. And unfortunately, Barca, at the end of the day, I felt what I noticed with Barca, the goals that they got scored on is I feel like their left and right backs, they were too compact. They will leave any the space to cut inside. And there was errors on there and on defensively, and that crossover, Cancelo, I think Nennis mentioned it. Cancelo got to take a big look in the mirror. Yep. He didn't watch his own team for PSG for sure. Yeah, I mean, he left him wide open to score. Como va si en el Madrid te va a robar? Beat him. What's what you got to do? It's like the Niners with Mahomes. The Niners, a lot of fans blame the refs holding, blah, 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 blah. We were 10 points up. We couldn't beat Mahomes. And right now, Real Madrid, is the best team in the world. But we'll see. There he is. There he is. It's your day today. You and Alberto shine today. The chat is yours. Everyone, Barca fans, Chelsea fans, Manchester United fans, Man City fans, Arsenal fans, Bayern fans, this is a safe space for everyone. Feel free to jump in, say what you got to say. It's a safe space, but just there are sharks in the water right now. They smell blood, so be careful. But they mean well. This is the beauty of sports, the back and forth. So this is, I will, like I said, this is a safe space for everyone. Enjoy it. This is your chat. Alberto, be nice. Bo, fuck you, you're a bitch. Bad week for Madrid haters this week. Better luck next. Alberto. It's your time to shine. I mean, Champions League. Obviously, I believe, right? Real Madrid will face Bayern. PSG will face Borussia Dortmund. Man, could Tuchel pull it off again? A couple years ago, Chelsea faced Real Madrid in the semifinals. My boy Pulisic came through. We won it. Good week for the refs and the Madrid this week. Good week for everyone then, Bayern kids flying off the shelves. Hey, George, he's back on the Bayern bandwagon, because Arsenal, they did Arsenal things, right? But my thoughts going for quick thoughts. Now I remember 2008, 2010. This is how it felt. Yeah, dark times. I mean, but I mean, throughout what the past 10 years, I mean, we'll get into that, Alberto. But throughout the years, right, I feel like Real Madrid, they've been just dominant. With Zidane, Ancelotti, the Ronaldos coming in, Bales, Benzema, and now this younger core. You know, you can't. You can't. It's all part of the game. You gotta, like I said, Barcelona has to take a look at themselves, have to see what changes they need to make. Unfortunately, something that holds them back is their finances, mistakes they've made. Like I was mentioning, they need to create that backbone and need to get smart players. Back then, the Suarez, good investment. The Neymar, great investment. All the other players, all like one came to mind, Adriano, versatile player that he's not like over the top, but he gets a job done. Um, the Yaya Tourés back in those days, like they had players. Madrid is the best team in the world and still need help by the refs and VAR. If that's what you think, I mean, sure, it's all rigged for a reason. We'll see what the reason is. So we did that. So like I said, quick semifinal look. I believe Real Madrid pulls through. They'll defeat Bayern. That's one, and I think PSG, will be on the other leg. They'll pass through. And wow, what a final that could be, right? Mbappe potentially leaving PSG with a trophy to move to Madrid, or they lose and Mbappe is finally, he joins the dark side, Real Madrid, his destiny. So it would be interesting. But I think, I mean, I don't know. Anything could happen in the final. It's a one game, one tie, one game. Let's say if Dortmund were to pull through, man, it's just really hard to see a Dortmund or a PSG defeating a Real Madrid. I think, right now, their best bet would be Bayern. If they pull something off, it is two legs. But I feel like I said, the Real Madrid basically backed up La Liga. Their focus is just going to be on the Champions League to make history. So, only time will tell. Um, Spotify Premium about to get more expensive. Barca fans rocking PSG jerseys next leg. Similar jerseys. Similar jerseys. We mentioned this, like I said, what's going on with Barca? Obviously, tough week for Barca. PSG, they lost. And, one thing the coach was saying, he felt that the Revs, they had a say in the resultado, but I mean, it was 3-1. I like what Gundogan had to say. I'm Team Gundogan. Basically, look yourself in the mirror. See what you can improve, see what you can change. Because the ref's always going to play a factor either way. It could go either way. But if you're able, to play well, to score goals when you need to score goals, to defend them, the ref can only do so much. The ref are humans; they make mistakes. I could be pissed off too. Man City, which we'll get into it. It was a handball, I believe, right? But Chelsea, I felt like they left opportunity after opportunity, and we'll get into it. And eventually, Man City was going to score, and I called it, and they did. But was it a PK? Yeah, I think it was a PK. But I mean, it is what it is. Barca fans rocking Dembele jerseys. Hee. Let's jump into it. Chelsea, disappointment yet again. This was basically all we had left for the league for us. It's going to be tough to make it top 6 in the Premier League. We needed to win the FA Cup to go to Europe. This was the best opportunity we could have had. We have a Man City down and out, tired. We had opportunities. We had opportunities to win this game, to score. Nicholas Trashton, again, the game before, crying. He wants to take the PK from our star player, Cole Palmer, our designated penalty taker. Okay. You have this game to prove yourself. You miss sitter after sitter. You don't score. This is why you don't take PKs. And this is why, Chelsea, they need to look and they need to find a number 9, a solid number 9. And that's what I feel like we've been needing for many years. After we lost Drogba, after we lost Diego Costa, we haven't had that solid number 9 that would score goals. The last one that comes to mind that was solid, Giroud, but Giroud's more of like you play off him, but he did his job well, and we need a number 9 because I feel like the emergence of Cole Palmer, maybe some of these, and I feel like also another thing with Chelsea is their players need to mature. Madueke, they need to mature. They need to start, playing for the team, not for the name behind. Is right here is the one that matters. Chelsea's name, not the name behind. And I don't know. I don't know. It sucks. Man City is going to Man City. Those teams like a Real Madrid, you give them one opportunity, they will capitalize it, they will score, they will win. And they did it. They did it. It is what it is. Chelsea should start a moving company. That way they can actually be useful. Hi, Ruben. Do you still believe the Premier League is the best football league? I do. I still think. Very competitive. EPL is definitely the most competitive league, but competitive isn't better. I just feel like any team could be any team in the Premier League. We see it time and time again with Chelsea. And in La Liga, there's 4 dogs up there. Right now, it's just been Madrid. Sometimes there's a Sevilla, Valencia, Girona this season. But it's either just Real Madrid, maybe Barca, and then there's Atletico. But one thing, right, is in the Champions League, who's the top 4 teams left? There's no Premier League teams there. So, that could be used against them. But I still think, it's the Premier League. Best team in Barcelona isn't even Barca. Ooh. Alberto here. All the Real Madrid fans are here. I see them. Ruben, Alberto, Kichi, Tony. Where are the Barca ones at? Come out. It's a safe space. Share your opinions. It's okay. Soccer. Oof. Because all of them are here. The Rat's here, loud and proud. Always here. Alberto's always here. I will say he's always here. And he's being nice. He could be a lot tougher through good and bad. He's being nice right now. But it's like I said, it's a safe space, guys. No pasa nada. Be present. Madrid better all around. Nene has been here too. Shout outs to Nene. Shout outs to my niece. Hopefully she's doing good. Hello. How you doing? It's a safe space. No worries. Let's jump into the other semifinal for the FA Cup. Oh, before there, I have a question. I was given the question. Palmer versus Madueke. One got to go easy. Madueke, I'll pack his bags, pick him up from the airport. Palmer is the only highlight of Chelsea this season. Out of nowhere. Happy he's on our team, but Madueke doesn't even compare, I would say. Bums. There we go. When Barca was up there, we weren't even up for long. Madrid stay focused. Can't say the same about Barca. It shifts. Like I said, they just need to build a nice core, and I feel with Nene has them jerseys to root against Madrid any day of the week. Like you. Because you are number 1 Chiefs fan. The sweaters, the Cubs. I see you. You can't rep your own Seattle team. Must be sad to be a Seattle team. They're irrelevant now. But we move forward. No problem. Man U barely pulled through. Obviously, you guys know I'm the biggest Man U supporter in the world. I was very happy. I don't think it was offsides, the Coventry goal to win it, but it is what it is again. And unfortunately, they couldn't come through on PK. But I will say this, they barely pulled through. They got lucky. And what Anthony did, man, like, come on, bro. Like, they're a lower division team, and you talking shit to them, blah, blah, blah. You guys went to PKs against them, bro. You ain't even that good either. So relax. You should be ashamed that I even went to PKs, but that's how Manchester United fans, players are. Trash. What can we say? Since 2002, I remember rocking that Galaxy jersey versus Madrid. Now rocking it in support of Chidi. You sound like Bonnie when he says, see me. Bonnie's not here, he's in LA, but see me at FIFA though. I've said it before. Barca got good core. They just got to get rid of the fluff, Lewandowski, Cancelo, etc., and just rebuild, stay mid tier, and make money. Then come back. Yeah, play with the youngsters. Maybe Rafa Marquez, like I said, takes over. Full of youngsters. Get some key like veterans. Keep like a Christensen. He's a solid defender. Keep like a De Jong. Obviously, amazing midfielder. I feel if he were in any other team, if he was in Chelsea, I'll gladly take him. But yeah, I mean, the other player, right? The thing about Joao Felix, man, at Chelsea, he had moments where I was like, man, this guy's amazing, and then he has games where he doesn't show up. So that could be another player. He's young, and like I said, he shows moments. He has incredible class, but he's just not consistent, I would say. And it's just, I think he's on loan, right? And I don't think Barca has enough money to pay for him either way. But let's see. Since Pancho's here, Inter Milan today, they beat AC Milan to win their 20 Scudetto. They get a second star on their jersey. They overtake Milan. Milan has 19, now Inter has 20. I think Juventus has 30 something. Congratulations to Inter. But Pancho, what's your thoughts on that? Since you're here, if you're still here, just happened today. They could have won the Champions League last season, but the Tony curse runs wild. If Tony's in your city, and your team's not going to win. Tony's in your house, your team's not going to win. If you sit at the special couch, your team's not going to win, and that's proven. Shout out to that couch. Anyways, we move forward. We always move forward. Bums. Thank you, Pancho. We got to move you. You know what? I'll gladly move you to Kansas City, Missouri, over there with Taylor Swift. Oh, shout out to Taylor Swift, new album. It's trash. They're going to come for me now. I know. They're coming. Swifties. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you guys. I'm pissed off. Now I'm thinking about the Niners again. We move forward. What's the past? The past is out of my control. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ryan Garcia defeats Devin Haney, and man, he looked good. So going, like I said, the build up to this fight, obviously Ryan Garcia sold the fuck out of this fight. I didn't care much for it, but the way he was building it up, how crazy it was, I was like, I'm in. Like I said, I did research for research purposes on his fiance wife. We looked into that. Good. The fight comes, he misses weight by 3 pounds. He can't win the title anymore. So I'm like, yeah, it's over. I mean, bet your money on Devin Haney. He's going to come through. And boy, were we all, he scammed us. He finessed us, man. He came through, man. Props to Ryan Garcia. He came through. He looked good. And it shows that left hook is powerful. It's strong. But it also shows levels, right? When he fought Gervonta Davis, he figured that out. And, it cost him. Now, did Ryan Garcia learn from that fight? It could be, because he made Devin Haney look. Because I thought for a while, man, Devin Haney, the next big thing, the next Floyd Mayweather. Obviously, he doesn't have power, power in his punches, but he can move. He's one of those boxers, right? That he's just gonna outpoint you. But man, he got dropped like 4 times, and that ref saved him. The first drop, I don't know why he didn't start counting right away. He gave him time to recuperate. Then he started counting. He kept hugging, like he was out 3 times, but the ref kept saying it wasn't a knockdown. And I feel like Ryan Garcia too, he didn't want to waste his gas tank, because I feel like if he went for it, it could have been over. And he just showed no respect, to that power coming back. And like I said, amazing. It was a good fight, entertaining fight. It should have been over early. Should have been over in the 9th. I could have won money, but that's not here or there. What's next for Ryan Garcia? Man, what do you do with Ryan Garcia? What's crazy is you sounded like it's because he made that F famous. I made that beat. Ref save Haney, just how ref save Madrid. Man, what's wrong with these? Hey, Christian, I'm gonna agree. This ref he had money on Haney or something, because man, and then he deducted a point. Crazy, right? And the fix was in, because the fight before, if you guys watching the fight before, there was a fight before. The guy was undefeated, facing off against a tall, lengthy guy. That tall, lengthy guy worked that guy, but they saved the other guy. I don't know how he won. They robbed poor guy. I mean, he fought well, kept his distance. The guy got frustrated. Even at the end of the fight, the other guy was like, I couldn't figure him out. He won. So boxing, but we all know boxing is rigged. But 4 knockdowns, you can't rig that. I mean, one of the refs gave Ryan Garcia the tie with Haney, but thank God the other refs, scored it well, or else, we would have been here talking about them. But like I said, what's next for Ryan Garcia, man? Teofimo. Does he try again at Gervonta? I don't think so, because dropping down to 135, he couldn't make 140. On Twitter, he's saying Crawford at 147. Crawford will eat him alive. But I feel like, there's Pitbull, maybe Rolly, Teofimo. He has options now. And obviously, he can sell fights. He's entertaining. Props to him. It gave all alcoholics and crackheads a hero they could follow, that you don't have to be straight edge. You don't have to give up your vices. If you're just that good and that talented, no matter what you do your coke, drink as much alcohol as you want, you will get the job done. So props to them. You found a hero. But no, don't do those things, guys. This guy, he different. It's not you guys. But hey, he looked good. He looked good. Props to him. I gotta give him props. I'm not much of a Ryan Garcia fan, but props. He took a tough fight. I mean, after losing to Gervonta, fighting Devin Haney, that's tough for him. And a lot of people counted him out, and he came through. Is it all an act? Is it not? Only time will tell. Now, rank finals coming up. UCL, Europa League, Copa America, Euros, the Olympics. I think then you meant Conca Champions. I think so. And Liga MX. Obviously number 1 ranked. Champions League, best other than the World Cup and the Euros, is I think it's above the Euros, man. It's the Champions League. Basically the best teams in the world with the best players going head to head, deciding who is the best club. I got to put that, number 1. That's number 1 for these upcoming finals. Then I would have to go with the Euros. It's a mini World Cup. Probably has the most out of all these international competitions. That's not a World Cup. It probably has the most stacked teams. Obviously they're all European, where all the best players are at. So I got to go Euros too. Then I would have to go with Europa League, just because, like I said, European teams. Then I would have to go Copa America. See, the Olympics is tricky. I believe it's still under 23 players. It's still in Olympic Games. A gold medal. I mean, just having an Olympic medal is something you can brag about. So I'll give them that. Then I would go, I guess, the Conca Champions and Liga MX. But for some, the Liga MX means everything, right, Tony? Some teams don't win it as often. They go, 27 years without winning it, and then they win it. Congratulations. So maybe for some people, Liga MX is up there. But when you're a team like Pachuca, where you got about 8 or 7 of them, obviously the Americas, the Chivas, but yeah, that's what I think. But come on, the Champions League, best tournament in the world. You can't, no comparison to that. Let's see, what do we got next? Galaxy versus Quakes, 199th Cali Clasico for the books. Man, the Earthquakes, laughing stock of the MLS. Obviously, they're owned by the same owner as the A's. Um, haven't been competitive for years. Una miseria. The only good thing about them is that they have an amazing. I think they have not an amazing stadium, but they have a nice stadium, very easy access. If you sit anywhere, you have a good seat. That's the only thing. I mean, the events that they do at that stadium, I feel like lately, what's that team? The women's team that plays there, they probably are doing better and they get more fans than the Earthquakes. But it should be Galaxy. I think Galaxy are doing pretty well this season. Obviously, friend of the show, Chidi. Shout out to Chidi. Hopefully, he scores a hat trick on the Earthquakes. But like I said, I mean, I'm from the Bay, but I don't. I'd rather rock with the Oakland Roots and the Earthquakes. So Pepe's patch and Gio Devante for La Adams. Ah, shit. Devontae Adams, shout out. You know. But I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, do you guys even care what happens with the earthquakes? I mean, they kind of they got us excited, right? Bella might come, but Bella's I don't want to live in San Jose. I live in LA. Fuck that. Um, like who is their star player? Who is like their player? Like I don't even know. Like who is like their before it used to be Wondolowski and but I mean I don't care for them. Their ass. They played last night. It went 4-3. Galaxy game was popping. That's why Giovanni out there. Get rid of them like the Supersonics. Exactly. Send them to Las Vegas with the A's. Take all of them, and we'll make the Oakland Roots the real Oakland team. I mean, I like their jersey. They're cool. Oakland Roots. That's a cool name. The Earthquakes. I prefer the Clash. But Galaxy won, right? Like I said, it's the MLS. I mean, Vegas will make Vegas does make them champs. Okay, San Diego FC want to build around either Ochoa or Chucky, new MLS team. See, like, why can't the Earthquakes do that? Get a Chucky and get a Ochoa. Like, they're in a pop-in area, I would say, right? The Silicon Valley. I'm sure there's investors, but like I said, I think it's just the ownership. Same ownership for the Oakland A's, right? I don't know what they're doing, but I mean, who's an A's fan too? I've never met one either. This Thursday, NFL draft. Obviously, a lot to look forward to, especially trash teams. They get to this is their Super Bowl upcoming. They get to pick maybe the next big thing, right? Obviously, we have the Bears, most likely number one draft with Caleb Williams, who I was hearing his podcast. He was on the Pivot. Like I said, I don't know what to think. I'm not like a believer in him, but after hearing a little bit of his interview, I didn't know a lot about his story, and he's been, basically he's been training as a professional since he was young. His parents invested a lot of resources and time into just making him, a super athlete at such a young age. So he might pan out, but like I said, I don't know. It is the Bears. The Bears throughout history have shown that, they went Trubisky, Justin Fields, and now, Caleb Williams. But the one thing is they do have a good core around him more. Keenan Allen is going to, help him out a lot. Keenan Allen, he gets you those 5-7 yards and he's very reliable. The only thing is he always gets injured. So, and then he has Cole Kmet. They got a couple of running backs there. They got to build that O-line for him. So they might go quarterback and then they later pick O-linemen. There's a lot of O-linemen in this draft. So, that's one. But now there's been a lot of talk, who's the second quarterback going? I think it has to be Jaden Daniels to Washington. But right now, the player that's been climbing up, the national champion, J.J. McCarthy from Michigan. And I don't see it in him. Like I said, he had an amazing team. They went undefeated, the best defense, best running game. They ran the ball a lot. He didn't throw a lot. He's very mobile. And then you got Jaden Daniels, who I believe was a Heisman winner for LSU, proven. I feel like that's a safe pick. But like I said, there's been a lot of hype, and that's what happens during this time. The last couple of days of the draft, one player gets hyped up. We saw it with Trubisky a couple of years ago. He got hyped up. The Bears took him at number 2. What other player got hyped up? Like a Trey Lance. Zach Wilson. That's another one who he just went to Denver today. Denver sent, I believe, a 6th-round pick for him. So now he's in Denver. So be careful. But like I said, this first round, there might be 5 quarterbacks going in. So which helps teams like us, the Niners. A lot of good players are going to drop. And what I want the Niners to do with pick 31, obviously I would love them to get a first offensive lineman. They need to sell some jerseys. Yep. Offensive lineman. There's a lot of them in this draft. I feel like that's what we need to protect Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, mobile quarterback, but he's small. And we need to give him time. Obviously, he builds time with his legs. He's mobile. But, if he's our franchise quarterback, then we need to build this amazing offensive line for him. We have Trent Williams. I like Aaron Banks. But the other 3, suspect. Don't get me started on McKivitz. But for what McKivitz is, right, a late round pick, he's serviceable. But he's just like, we have the opportunity to get a legit right tackle who could potentially become a left tackle once Trent Williams retires. This is a draft to do it. But let's say there's a top corner. There's a guy, Alabama, cool name, Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback. After this season, Ward is a free agent. Amador Lenore is a free agent, and it's just Ambry Thomas, who we all know is suspect. So I think it's time for, if a corner falls, Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama, he's pretty good, then we take him. But that's the beauty the Niners have. They could be a potential good player that they could get. They could be the best center, the best guard, best cornerback, best safety. If there's a receiver there, I would take him. Even if we do end up paying Ayuk, I would still take a receiver because next year we might trade or cut Debo. So we have that replacement. And that rookie won't have that pressure of being the number 1 target because we'll still have Ayuk and Debo. So there's a lot of options the Niners could do. The Niners could also trade that 31st pick to move up to get one of these best tackles, or they can move down, get a lot of resources, and get a bunch of players in the 2nd round. But that's, I just want the Niners to get a good-ass player that's going to start the season, and hopefully they don't redshirt him. Today, John Lynch, he had his press conference, and all the reporters asked him, what's going on with Ayuk? Is he going to be traded? Are you guys going to sign him long-term? And what they do. They say, I'm going to talk about the draft. I'm not going to talk about Ayuk, but, I just want to let everyone know that what did he say? He said something specific. He said, my belief is that Ayuk will be here, and we're doing everything we can to get him. So if you read between the lines, they're probably looking for the best offer for him. And if the best offer is there, they'll trade him. If not, they're going to have to pay him. And, Ayuk started unfollowing the team. I don't think he's reporting to OTAs anymore. He wants to get paid. He deserves to get paid. And unfortunately, I don't know. I have a feeling he's going to get traded. I could be wrong, but my gut feeling is that he's going to be traded. They're going to do the DeForest Buckner thing that they did a couple years ago, and that didn't work out. But if they do trade him, then, the number 1 option we would have to get would be a solid offensive lineman. And then later on, like I said, we get a receiver. But then a lot of things are going to fall on. Like I said, we're still good. Obviously, talking wise, right? The Niners have probably the best team in the NFL, but they still choke. They have the best tight end, the best receivers, the best running back in NFL football, the cheapest quarterback ever, amazing defensive team, defensive players. So, But obviously, like I said, I want Ayuk. He should be one of our captains. He's done it the right way throughout, throughout when he's been on our team, he's always done it the right way. And hopefully they get it done. Hopefully they work out a deal. The best coach. We have the most, how would I say this? A coach that always thinks he's right. The coach that whatever he does is perfect and it's always something else. The refs, holding because my quarterback got injured. That's why I didn't win. But time and time again, he showed at the most important games that he tends to get things stuck in his Adam's apple. But yeah, I guess, he's not the best coach. He's the greatest offensive mind coach in the NFL, right? His offense is so evolutionary, so revolutionary, sorry. And, it shouldn't have been the defense trying to win us that Super Bowl when, we have one of the best offenses in the NFL, right? They scored 19 points, but I thought they're the best offense. Couldn't they score a little bit more? I mean, if we're getting into the Super Bowl again, which we're here, the defense honestly only gave up 13 points because 7 of those extra points were after a muff punt against the best quarterback of this generation. The defense held him to 13 points, and Shanahan couldn't score more than 19. But he's the best coach, right? Right, guys? Right, Niners fans? I mean, like we were talking about Barca, us Niners fans, we got to start looking ourselves in the mirror and stop drinking the Niners Kool-Aid of Bosa got held, the refs, it's rigged. The NFL wanted Taylor Swift to win the Super Bowl. Time and time again, we need to look at ourselves. We need to see what's in front of us and stop drinking this Niner Kool-Aid. Like we need to hold them accountable. Our own owner said, we don't hang NFC championship banners. And after we won the NFC championship, a reporter asked him, would it have been a success if we would have lost the NFC championship? And he said, yes, because, it's an amazing season. We went far in the playoffs, blah, 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 blah. But 10 years ago, you said, the Niners are different. We judge on Super Bowl wins, not losses. So, like I said, we'll get into the Niners later on. We're still early, the draft. So the Raiders fans, Seahawks, whatever team you root for, safe space again. Hopefully you guys get your pick that you want. I know the Raiders are probably looking at a quarterback. Gardner Minshew's pretty solid. Seahawks, we'll see how they do. I like their new coach, McDonald, defensive coordinator for the Ravens. He took down all of Pete Carroll's pictures, all their Super Bowl memories, and he said, "This is a new team. What's done in the past is done in the past. Now it's time to make our own history." Obviously, fuck Seattle, but I want a coach like that. That's we can't keep saying 5-time Super Bowl champions because this team is known for losing 3 Super Bowls. Or this specific team is learned, Shanahan's era is learned for choking 2 Super Bowls against the Chiefs. That's what we're known for, not 5-time Super Bowl champs. But this team they always wear that persona that they're the best team, that if certain things would have happened, we would be the champs. We are the champs. Last season, if Brock Purdy didn't get hurt, we would have made it to the Super Bowl and probably won it. Okay, he didn't get hurt. We made it to the Super Bowl. You're right. But now prove it in the most important game. Time and time again, they don't. But I don't want to be labeled a hater. I'm just being real with my teams. I'm being real. Before we get to the next segment, there was Nana asked me, if this is what Holloway told Gaethje when he knocked him out. So let me share my screen. And let me press play. Infamous video of the Geo collection. So the question out there is if I can make this a sound, going forward for the podcast. I'm going to try. I tried to do it today, but I couldn't figure it out. but I will try. But that's a very infamous video of myself. Backstory to that is obviously, I don't know if Ruben's still here, but in the patio days, the tambores days, the security guard there, when you would get kicked out, he would tell you, "Have a good night, brother." So then when we got home that night, I forgot what we were doing. I don't know. I would just lay on the grass, or sometimes when we would walk home, there were, how people put couches outside. I would lay there and I would say, "Have a good night, brother." And that infamous videos today is what I'm known for. One of the many videos. Tony, what happened to you had like a compilation of me that you did. What happened to it? I'm waiting for it. Send it to me. I thought it was hilarious, the one that Tony did. But hopefully you finished that. I think that was funny. But always, guys, have a good night, brother. Was that before or after Vic? Vic don't want the work. Right now I'm cutting weight, obviously, trying to meet him. I know Vic, he got to cut weight. But that's my biggest regret in life. Not any of the other things, but my biggest regret is that I did not choke him out. Obviously, he's not here to defend himself, but we were wrestling and I was on my back. I let him take me, pause, no diddy. And I reversed him. I locked the legs around his stomach, ready to choke him out. But at the time, there was a girl he was trying to impress, and I didn't want to do that. I'm a boy. I didn't want to, put him out in front of someone that, he's into. So I let go. And, Vic claims that he got out, that he wasn't in danger, but he was in danger. He was in danger. I was Charles Oliveira backpack ready to go. And if I'm ever put in that situation again, I'm gonna choke him out. I might even knock him out. I've told him I'll meet him in the middle, one punch, night, night. Have a good night, brother. We move forward. Best rappers from the 2000s era. Bonnie's question today. Obviously, today Bonnie's busy. He's in LA. Hopefully, you're having fun. But I would, number one that comes to mind, 50, the 2000s era, 50 Cent. Obviously, more earlier to mid, dominated in the club, G Unit, the clothing, the game. 50 Cent had bangers in the club, candy shop, hater or lover, the underdogs on top. That's one. Then Kanye. Kanye is another one. Heartless, Through the Wire, Jesus Walks. I feel like those are the ones that dominated the 2000s era. Eminem too, D12, everything that he came out, but he was more late 90s, early 2000s. Obviously Jay-Z, but I'm not really much of a Jay-Z fan. Later on in that era, you could say Drake. That's when he came out, but I would say Kanye and 50 would be the guys. Too Short, yeah. E40, yes, more Bay. Ludacris, yep. But I would say 50, Kanye. Those would be the guys I would choose. Outcast, another one. Got to show them love. Andre 3000, Big Boy. Ready for Action, Living in the Bub, Never Relax, and Outcast is Everlasting. And no number I can feel that we last. I say, I like the way you move. Da, da, da. J-Quan, puro banger ese J-Quan también. But he had like a little, but Usher was more R&B, I would say. This is rap. Did I put rap? He has best rapper. Usher more. DJ Snake brought out 50 Cent as Coachella said. How was Coachella? Rap. I saw you were having fun. It's a Tony, bro. I don't know how he does it. He's literally in the city one day, and then the next day you see him, he's like in another country. And like he was like right next to me like the day before. Man, that's Tony for you. We'll talk. We'll talk. Eminem, yep. We'll talk. Ow, Sway. But that's what I would choose. Now, if we do best R&B, then Ursher got to be there. Take that and rewind it back. Little John, Little John, he up there too. And the East Side Boys. But yeah, I think I named the important ones. Missy Elliott, a Little Kim, Fat Joe, puro Def Jam, the Def Jam game, puro de esos. The Yin Yang Twins, yeah. Oh, we move. Best video game of all time. A lot of options here. There's Smash. Smash is more, like I said, obviously we got uh y'all y'all out of pocket today. I see it. Smash Bros 64. There's Mario, Super Mario. You got to throw FIFA out there. FIFA, it builds, but could also break friendships. No Diddy though. Um, as McMill though. Um, best okay, best video game. Street Fighter. I would take Mortal Kombat. I'm a Mortal Kombat guy. The storyline. See Breezy. Hey, they beat right now. All the rappers beefing, huh? I haven't really got into it. I don't know. I saw the memes get like the Civil War, different rappers going up against each other. But Mario Party, yep, Mario Party gets popping. But I was cambios de guerra. But I will have to say, I mean, like I said, there's FIFA, Mortal Kombat, Smash Bros, Super Mario, Mario Party, Mario Kart. That's up there too. GTA. If you grew up with GTA, then Javi said Street Fighter and Bonnie hits him with the C Breezy. Uh Wait, like he means Chris Brown, or is that like a Street Fighter shit? But anyways, GTA, man. I mean, I got introduced to GTA and GTA 3. I didn't know what this game was. Fell in love with it. Vice City, the PSP one, the Liberty City Stories, and then the Mecca of Meccas, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Amazing game. Amazing game. One of those games where you tell your dad, "Get me this game," because you can't buy it. At that time, we're young, and plus dads, they don't know that. All right, give me that one. But then, sometimes if you get a bitch GameStop worker, he'll be like, you know what this game's all about, right? You're sure you want to buy this for your son? But if you have a dad that's just like, I don't give a fuck, just get it, you know. Y'all out of pocket today. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say anything. But then, we move forward to GTA 5, who the game that people still play to this day. It came out when I was like 21, 20. Now I'm 31. People are still playing it, and we're all waiting for GTA 6. So that's another game up there. Recently, obviously, we forgot to mention the Call of Duties, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, World at War 2. I mean, sorry, Modern Warfare 1, 2. Amazing games. And to this day, now they're in the battle royale with Warzone, and most recently, obviously, Fortnite, dominating the industry these past 6 years. Amazing games. But you gotta be up there with Mario, best video games of all time, iconic, GTA. That's what I would choose if I were to pick one. It takes two to make a thing go right. Mm. It takes two to make it out of sight. Now, who has been your favorite coaches or teachers for you? What did you like about them? So I'll start off with teachers. So I gotta say, for my avid people in Sequoia, Miss Chung, UFC no Jiu-Jitsu. You can handle it. That's why. See me at UFC. Tony, what I see. Edo. But teacher, gotta go. Miss Chung was my avid teacher for like 3.5 years at Sequoia. She might be Mrs. Chung now or whatever, but one of those teachers that I know a lot of people, she could seem intimidating, mean, but she really did care for her students. She cared for us, for our avid students, whatever, believed in us, saw greatness in us. That's one teacher that, to this day, I remember. Another one, obviously, Coach Larry, Coach Julio, Edu, no me corra por la banda, metela, ten forward. Great guys. I mean, Coach Larry, iconic, Sequoia legend. Coach Julio, his small time that he had with us, we went undefeated. They called us what do they call us? The best in the Bay, whatever. Coach Julio, very motivational coach. 10 forwards, amazing tactics. The legend of Coach Julio. Always got to show respect. Miss Tragmar. Yeah, van a empezar otra vez with that pocket shit. Bang. Shout out Miss Koba. Rechonch. Miss Chen, for real. Mr. Dueñas. Oh, yeah, Mr. Dueñas. That's another shout out, Mr. Dueñas. Kennedy days. He'd be throwing chocolates out like he like Oprah. Or sometimes he'll throw you a soda and you got to watch your head. Hi, Tony. But one coach for real, always remember when I used to play for America. His name, I don't know his last name, but one thing I was going to say is, like, when I see Coach Julio or Coach Larry, I still call him Coach. And even though I'm an adult now, 31 years old, some players now have kids, blah, blah. I feel like that's the respect, when you have a coach like that, you still call him Coach. You still show that respect, you call him Coach. But I was going to say Coach Juan, when I used to play in America, that's a coach that he just made you believe in yourself no matter what. He said, he would tell us, you guys are the best. And it made you believe it. It made you believe it, made you play even better. The motivation, the things he taught us back then, if it wasn't because for him, I wouldn't be, I'm not the best player in the world, but I feel like I'm decent. I learned a lot in America. So that's one, wherever you are, Coach Juan, sorry. Thank you for what you did to not just me and a generation. Oh, hey, he was good too, Javi. His little, when he would show us the drills, that was fun times. That was fun times in Madera Roja with that team, with Alfredo, you, myself, El Marcial. Who else played with us? I think Turtle played with us. That was a good time. Good times. But sometimes in life, like I said, you just need someone that believes in you when you're feeling down and out, when you don't believe in yourself, when they believe in you. That's all you need. And it brings out greatness. And I think we'll end it there, If you feel that right now you're not at your best, if you feel like you can improve, just know you're doing amazing. Things are going to work themselves out. You're the best. Whatever you got, going on, you're going to get through it. You're going to push through. And it's going to make you better. And I believe in you. Your friends believe in you. Your family believes in you. It's just you that has to believe in yourself. And we'll end it right there. Thank you guys again. Thank you guys for always coming, showing support. Like this right now. The 8 of you, please like it. Leave a comment. If you watch this later, thank you for watching it. I appreciate it. We'll be back next week. See you guys. Bye-bye. And it's still... Fuck Tony.